All right, welcome back. Here is part 2 of our griddle brunch video. So if you haven't watched the first one yet, go ahead and find that video up in the feed. But we made a wonderful brunch. We cooked some eggs, some pancakes, and a wonderful steak hash. But as promised, here's part 2 of the griddle. So this, we already went over kind of your everyday cleaning every time you're done using your griddle. But this is your ritual once every week or once every other week kind of cleaning. So the first thing we are going to do is I'm going to preheat my griddle to about 375 degrees. I'm going to let that heat up, give it about 10-15 minutes to make sure it's nice and warm. You can see over the week we've been building up seasoning and patina on it. But one quick tip, make sure your hoods are on while you're cleaning the griddle. A little bit of smoke and heat is going to fill your kitchen. Very important to turn your hoods on to help ventilate your area. So the only tools that I need for my cleaning is part of the Wolf cleaning kit, which comes with your paddle, with your handle here, these buffing pads, and your cleaning screens. You don't need any extra chemicals to clean the surface. The only liquid that I use is actually a little bit of canola oil. Vegetable oil is good, grapeseed oil as well. You want a neutral high heat oil. So my griddle is preheated at 350 degrees. I'm gonna liberally coat my griddle. So once my griddle nicely coated, that oil is gonna help lubricate as well as help scrub my griddle. So what I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna use my screen here. It's like a drywall screen. Underneath that, I'm gonna have my buffing pad as well as my handle. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure to use my screen first. So be very careful, there is hot oil, take your time. If you want, use gloves or maybe put a towel around your hand. But the first thing you wanna do is just get in there and you start scraping up any bits that come up that are stuck to it, right? You're going to go back and forth. You can see just in a couple of passes, I like to use 2 hands to get a good leverage in there, right? But you can see just in a couple of minutes, I'm already scraping up anything that's been building up over the week. There's no right or wrong, I guess I should say kind of pattern. You can go back and forth, up and down, left, right. I've also done the circles in the past. It doesn't matter. You just want to take a couple minutes, maybe 3 minutes or so, just to really get in there. Go ahead and make sure to get your corners, right? But just take your time. This is hot oil. There is a little bit of heat. Your hoods are on, but you're gonna go back and forth and really start lightly cleaning off any of that seasoning that you have built up. So a couple more passes, left, right, up, down, whatever you like, whatever you choose. There is no wrong way to do that. So once I'm at this stage, you can't feel any more resistance on your screen. I'm gonna carefully flip my cleaning over onto my buffing pad. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my griddle off so it can start cooling down. But this buffing pad is actually gonna help finish out or buff out any of those little micro scratches we made in our griddle with our little bit more coarser pad. So again, same technique, up, down, left, right. You can do whatever you like. But let's go back and forth. You can spend maybe another extra 5 minutes. But me personally, this is where I like to keep my griddle for my deep cleaning. I do have my full griddle cover on the single and the dual just to cover the griddle throughout the weeks when you're not using it. Just as mentioned before, throughout the week, this is your ritual once or twice a week cleaning. But 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and I'm already done. Couple more steps that we have to do. Let's remove this. Be very careful, this is hot, but put that off to the side. Next thing I'm going to do, scrape off any oil that's still on my griddle. Still be very careful, this is hot oil, but it should be cooling off at this point. But I'm using a griddle spatula. You can use a paint scraper. You can find these at your hardware store or any restaurant supply store. But scrape off any oil that's still on there. Drop it down into my tray here, and you can see there's still a little bit of patina on the griddle, but that's okay. Next thing, what I'm going to do, just like in our other video before, make sure to take a look at that one. take my dry towel or my designated stack of griddle towels, and very carefully, not to burn myself, I'm gonna soak up any oil that's here in my grooves or that's on the surface of the griddle. What I like to do for my deep cleanings, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take some fresh oil and just leave a very thin coating. All I need is a teaspoon. This is going to help create that protective surface, as well as make sure your griddle is still non-stick the next time you use it. But to me, this is a very clean griddle. There's no reason to bring it back to that cold roll finish because this is very, very clean. Two more things left to do on my griddle cleaning. Once my tray is completely cool, I like to use a towel because this does get hot. I'm gonna make sure I clean out my tray, dispose of any oil or any debris that came off of my griddle. Hand wash only, very, very important. Do not run it in your dishwasher. Hot soapy water, degreasing soap, use your favorite. I like to use a blue or pink scratch resistant Scotch-Brite just so I don't mess up the finish on here. So once this is done, your griddle is completely cool. It's time to clean your exhaust grates in the back here. Easiest way to do that, very important, again, make sure it's cool to the touch. You can use Barkeeper's Friend, the spray bottle. This one works very, very well. I can't do it now, it is a little bit hot, but very important, use that Scotch-Brite, the scratch resistant one. The pink or blue works very well because I don't want to scratch up my surface here. So a little bit of your spray, sponge, it should come right back to the shine. So other than that, your griddle now, once it's fully, completely cool, and just like throughout the week, you are going to take your cover and you're simply going to cover up your griddle. The deep clean of the griddle, once every other week, once a week, kind of depending on your choice, but very, very easy. 5 minutes of cleaning beats cleaning 4 saute pans using just your burners. So the griddle is my absolute favorite because we can cook anything and everything on it. Make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can look at our Instagram. If you have any further questions, please come visit the showroom here in Glendale Heights, Illinois. Come on our website, schedule an appointment. Come reach out to me if you do want any further information or if there's any questions I can help answer for you. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.